So just seeing if this question excites you. If not, maybe the where am I question, or what am I? Or the classic one that's been used is who am I? But that just really confused me. It confused my mind, I should say. If it works for you, great. Where are you looking from? When you notice a thought, where are you looking from? Are you only looking from here, inside the body? Or could you be looking from somewhere very different? Where is the awareness that's noticing that thought or that emotion? There's awareness noticing. But where are you noticing that from? And if you feel that you don't have a resonance with this question, just checking out and seeing, is it resistance? Am I blocking this out of fear? Just to ask that question, is this resistance? Then your body will tell you. There'll be some kind of positive feeling, some lightening or some sense of excitement or something like that. When a question was right for me, my body used to give me the sign. I'd get goosebumps and I get kind of a shiver, a momentary shiver, a nice feeling. But your body will give you a sign straight away that this is the right question for you. Sometimes it's a sense of excitement, curiosity, a deep and rich curiosity. Sometimes the question just completely silences our mind because it cannot really answer. Sometimes it just gives you an experiential shift straight away. Where are you looking from? There's someone seemingly doing its thing, and then there's the great self, the consciousness that's everywhere and infinite. Which one are you looking from? Are you an object inside the self, the consciousness? And are you looking at the consciousness? Or are you the consciousness looking at the sense of someone? Because there are totally different experiences. One is utter freedom right now, even with karmic patterns that still need to resolve, even with a lack of abundance, even with things going wrong in our relationships, even with strong negative emotion, even with physical pain, even with anything that you can bring into manifestation. And the other is an endless journey trying to improve and improve and improve until I get to being this self. So it's impossible for me to be free if I'm working from this idea that I'm looking at the self. That very idea is running all of my search. And even if I have a momentary seeing of the self, a glimpse of reality, I have to go back to believing myself, experiencing as a separate being, because of this root idea that I'm looking from the egoic mind at the sense of someone, looking at the greater self. Let's really sit with this question. And I'm going to ask some questions and just follow along best you can. Notice what happens inside your body. See if you can feel something happening inside. Your body is telling you which is the right thing for you to pay attention to. And just see what happens. You don't need to try hard with this at all. Self-inquiry, you can just ask the question, run it through your mind, and then wait gently and see what happens. And it can be as easy as that self-inquiry. The less effort, the better, because the more curiosity there is then. So imagining that I've given you a present and it's wrapped up all nicely, and I've told you that there's something really lovely in there. And it's going to be something that you love. And then I said, go ahead and open it. So that kind of curiosity and excitement. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do any hard work with this. So let's work with this question. Are you looking at or from the self? Where are you looking from? Noticing whatever thoughts are coming up, let them come, let them go. Mind might be saying, I don't understand the question. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm doing it wrong. I'm obviously looking from the self. Mind will say, well, I think I'm looking from as a separate being. It will give you all of these answers. And just staying with this question anyway. Are you looking at or from the self? As if these thought answers are okay, but we would like something deeper. We'd like something freer. We'd like something more fundamental and original than thoughts. Where are you looking at the self from? Just asking this question and leaving some space. And maybe the experiential answer, deeper than thoughts, is a deep sense of I don't know. Mind may be confused then, but this is a truer answer. I actually don't know. I thought I knew where I'm looking from. And I can feel now that that was an assumption, that I was looking from somewhere in time and space at that timeless and dimensionless being. So maybe you can feel this kind of sense that your reference point here has been taken away with this question. I don't actually know. And can you just settle into that, be comfortable as you can with that? It might feel really unfamiliar, but it also might feel exciting that you're going into new ground in your inquiry that you haven't done before. I don't actually know is really honest, isn't it? And for me, it was quite freeing and liberating. Just asking this question again, where am I looking from? Am I looking at or from the self? Am I looking at or from the ego? Because if I'm looking at the ego, I'm here and it's there. And it's just something that's happening inside me. It's just another phenomenon, like a chair or a body or a planet. It's a bundle of thoughts. It's just another thing appearing inside me. And it's held with the same loving compassion as everything else in phenomena. If I'm looking from my ego, then it's me. I am that, and I have to unravel it and undo it and move beyond it and all those things that we believe. So let's just really be clear. It's totally okay to not know. And we're using the question to open a space to have an understanding happen. It doesn't have to be right now. It doesn't have to be today. But very quickly, from asking this kind of question, you're going to have some kind of shift or insight. To the degree and extent that you're willing to be wrong about the initial assumption. I can see I've really held on energetically somewhere this idea that I'm looking at the self. I can see that when I ask this question, something is lifted off of me, this heavy burden energetically of being a someone. And maybe the first time I don't actually know where I'm looking from. And a lot of my own awakening was about getting comfortable with that, with having no reference point. in the way that I was used to. So where am I looking from? The art of self-inquiry then is the art of asking a question and just leaving space for answers to come, noticing the answers. And that is it, literally, just the question, letting whatever answers come. So your mind's going to answer. Your emotions might answer, maybe some fear or maybe some joy from this question, maybe a sense of expansion, energetic answer. Maybe a contraction as fear comes up. Just staying with this question. Where am I looking from? And it's powerful. Even your willingness to stay with this question as long as we're doing here. Something is burning away. Every second that you stay with this question, you're less and less able to go back to feeling that you are a separate being, that you're looking at self. That one idea that keeps you traveling endlessly. So let's just stay with this for a few more minutes. Where am I looking from? Am I looking from the ego? At the self? Can I really prove that other than a feeling? There's a feeling, a contraction, a sense of the self being separate to me, that there's me and it. If I really go beyond that feeling and ask, how do I really know that? Can I really be sure that I'm looking at it? Then it'll begin to vanish like a puff of smoke, that idea. I feel like someone looking at the silence, the self, okay? You feel like, but really look. Let's really look for one last minute here. Who knows, this may be your moment to break free completely. Just because we feel and assume that we are someone, let's not take that for fact. Let's really look. Where am I looking from? And I know something might just want to stop this inquiry. Something might feel this is very dangerous, or this is taking you somewhere that you won't be able to come back from. But we're reminding you that we're only seeing how things have always been. We're only seeing what's always been true. And we're only moving away from these heavy burdens of these beliefs to live our life from a place of freedom. So nothing's going to change. You're just going to see what's always been true. So if you like this question, I'd encourage you to stay with it, to sit with it for a few minutes each day or more if you're fascinated with it. For me, when I found a question that I really loved, I kind of got obsessed with it and took it everywhere with me, asked it every moment I could, even silently inside when I was doing other things. Has this one got into your heart? Has it done something? Has it set fire to something? Has it begun the end of this suffering? Has it brought suffering to an end? Because as the self, the bodies, all of these bodies and all of these sense of self are just happening. They're there for a while the body's there, and then when the body's gone, the sense of a separate self has gone too. Even in deep sleep, it's gone. But to know that I'm looking at the body, the ego, or perhaps even clearer, I'm looking through the body and the ego. It's a whole different thing. Can you feel the lightness of that?